Hi Patriots, and welcome back to Mason Cable News. My name is Alexis Whitted.
And I'm Keirsten Robinson. Are you getting excited for Halloween coming up?
Yes, I love Halloween, even though I don't really like fall that much. Halloween is one of my favorite holidays. Have you decided on your costume?
I have not decided on my costume. I have been on Pinterest like crazy. I have so many ideas chosen, but I have to decide which one I'm actually going to execute.
Yeah.
Last month was the grand opening of The Mix here at George Mason University. Located in the former Old Fenwick Library, The Mix is a workspace which provides Mason students and staff with tools for creation and innovation. Some of the tools include over 90 tables and workstations, 3D printers, vinyl cutting machines, and heat presses. The facility was launched as part of a statewide campaign called Growth for VA, which aims to show how colleges and universities contribute to Virginia's economy. Speaking at the opening, President Cabrera praised The Mix, saying that it was an example of how universities are centers of ideas, which lead to innovation and entrepreneurship.
This past summer, Mason student Zoe Peters landed an amazing internship through the Emmy Foundation, which took her to work for major television producers in Hollywood. Peters is a senior film and video studies major whose work here at Mason helped to prepare her to work as an intern at Valhalla Entertainment. Her responsibilities included reading scripts and writing recommendations about whether they should be made into shows. She even read scripts for CEO Gail Ann Hurd, who has produced series such as The Walking Dead and the Terminator movies. This prestigious internship should help Peters with a film career after graduation.
Yesterday, the GMU Pride Alliance hosted a discussion session called Y'all Means All. This event included a community discussion of what it means to be LGBTQ in the Southern United States. The Pride Alliance, which has existed at Mason since 1989, promotes education and respect for people of all genders and sexualities. This discussion was one of several events that the Pride Alliance hosts to provide safe spaces to discuss LGBTQ issues.
The City of Fairfax is hosting its 41st annual Fall Festival this Saturday from 10 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. in downtown Fairfax. The festival will include over 400 vendors selling art, crafts, and food. There will also be 3 music stages and activities for children. Vendors will be at the festival until 5 p.m. and afterwards there will be a concert in Old Town Square until 8:30 p.m. Stop by to celebrate fall by checking out crafts and trying some great food. Now for the latest with entertainment and Hollywood gossip, here's On the Couch with Rosemary Idisi.
Patriots, welcome back to another week here on the couch. I'm your host Rosemary Idisi, and today I have some crazy Hollywood news for you. Starting off, let's talk about love. I know there are tons of ways to declare your love for someone. You could get married, you could buy a house together, you could even buy them a car, or you could get their entire face tattooed in detail on your arm. Singer-songwriter Jhené Aiko paid a visit to her tattoo artist to declare her love for her rapper boyfriend of 1 year, Big Sean. Jhené, who just finalized her divorce from record producer Dot the Genius, just got a large and very detailed portrait of Big Sean wearing a tuxedo tattooed on the back of her arm right above her elbow. The decision Jhené made to get this tattoo has left fans very divided, with many of them tweeting things like, "I love Jhené Aiko and Big Sean together, but homegirl, why would you tattoo his face on you?" Or even tweeting things in support of the tattoo like, "If Jhené Aiko wants to put Big Sean's face, feet, kneecaps, or anything else on her body, why does anyone have anything to say about it?" There are a lot of opinions floating around about Jhené getting this tattoo. Either way, her and Big Sean seem very in love with each other, and she is very stuck with his face on her arm, so best of luck to them. Moving on to our next story, even though he recently passed away, the man who built the Playboy empire, Hugh Hefner, still has game. Hefner's family just had a very private funeral last Saturday at LA's Westwood Village Memorial Park. Just a few days after his funeral, someone made out with his crypt. I'm not kidding. Here's a pic that shows Hugh Hefner's crypt covered with some kiss prints just days after his funeral. The Playboy was entombed right next to none other than one of the most popular sex symbols, Marilyn Monroe. His crypt may not have a plaque with his name on it yet, but you can't miss it because it does have lipstick. Moving on to our last story of the day, Selena Gomez is out there kissing a guy and it's not her boyfriend The Weeknd. Don't worry, she isn't cheating. The well-known singer and actress was just doing her job. Selena is set to star in filmmaker Woody Allen's latest movie, which is still currently untitled. So who's the guy she was smooching? That was her co-star Timothée Chalamet, who you might recognize from the TV show Homeland or maybe even the movie Interstellar. Timothée plays Selena's love interest in the upcoming flick, which has been filming all over New York City. The two have locked lips quite a bit during filming. Check out this very passionate kiss in the rain. Although Selena may be kissing other guys for work, no worries, she and The Weeknd are still together and still going very strong. That's a wrap for today's entertainment news. Thank you so much, Patriot Nation, for tuning in to On the Couch. Once again, I'm your host, Rosemary Idisi. Don't forget to follow me on my social media at Rosemary Idisi. I will see you next week right here.
First Gen Mason will be hosting a midterm study hall this Sunday, October 15th from 2 to 6 p.m. in Patriots Lounge. Students will have a chance to use study rooms to study for their midterm exams alone or with friends. Free food and Scantrons will be provided.
The annual Fall for the Book Festival begins today. This festival includes lots of great events for book lovers both on campus and at other locations around Northern Virginia. Major headliners this year include Colson Whitehead, who will be speaking in Harris Theater tonight at 7:30, and Lev Grossman, who will speak at 5 p.m. this Saturday. The entire festival runs through this Saturday, October 14th. You can check out fallforthebook.org for more information on all events. Columbus Day is a nationally recognized holiday in the United States, honoring Italian explorer Christopher Columbus. However, in recent years, controversy swirls around the figure and his claim of discovering America. Yesterday, the Native American and Indigenous Alliance hosted an event called The Truth About Columbus. Here's Raven Royal with the story.
Christopher Columbus sailed the ocean blue in 1492. And because of that, most of us get the day off from work and from school. However, some students feel that this day is anything but a celebration. We asked students how they felt about Columbus Day being a federal holiday.
So I personally feel that it shouldn't be a holiday, considering the devastations that kind of came to the Americas after he wandered to the continent. There's just a lot of egregious crimes that were committed by some of his men under him, direct men under him, and then the generations after that. So it's not a person to be celebrated for causing such harm.
Speakers Akashi Cowell and Austin Gallus educated students about colonial narratives, myths, and indigenous history.
My perspective was to bring a more contemporary sort of feel to the talk, rather than sort of rehash history where things that we already know, that Christopher Columbus came to America, supposedly discovered America and all of that. What I wanted to point out that colonization is not a project of the past. It's a continued project, that we are still dealing with it. I wouldn't even call it its aftermath because it's continuous.
For more information about the Native American and Indigenous Alliance, visit getconnected.gmu.edu. Reporting for Mason Cable News, I'm Raven Royal.
The annual Call and Response exhibit is open from now until November 27th in the Fenwick Gallery. Call and Response is a collaboration between visual artists and writers in which one person creates a piece and the other creates another piece in response to it. These sets of paired works deal with issues that currently face our society. The theme for this year's exhibit is called Invisible. It is meant to raise awareness about human trafficking, a crime which often goes unnoticed. This event is a collaboration between the School of Art, the English Department, university libraries, and Fall for the Book.
In recent news, Democrats are criticizing Jill Vogel's remarks on her rival, Justin Fairfax. She claims that her Democratic opponent is not educated well enough to talk intelligently. She made this comment during a debate hosted by the Virginia Bar Association at the University of Richmond School of Law with Fairfax on Thursday. She was debating a self-sponsored controversial bill from 2012 regarding the requirement of women to have an ultrasound before abortion. The Democrats claimed that she lacked good reasoning on why she filed the 2012 bill that she later removed from contemplation.
According to evaluation by Times Higher Education, George Mason University's Antonin Scalia Law School was ranked 28th nationally and 81st worldwide. This continues George Mason's impressive ranking. We are ranked 24th nationally and 29th worldwide, according to the academic rankings of world universities. Also, according to Times Higher Education, Mason's social science programs are ranked in the top half of the institutions of the worldwide, right behind the University of Virginia. Overall, Mason's law school and social sciences programs received high rankings.
George Mason University's men's and women's basketball programs tip off the season on October 13th at 8 p.m. with Mason Madness. The doors open at 7:30 p.m. There will be a featured performance by Doc Nix and the Green Machine. Fans also get to experience a performance by Red Panda, a Chinese acrobatic act featured in NBA arenas during the basketball season. Mason students should stay connected by following Mason Athletics on Snapchat and Instagram. For basketball-related news this coming season, visit gomason.com. After the commercial break, we'll have Cody Borden with sports. You're watching Mason Cable News.
To Maddie. Congrats on paying off all those student loans.
Finally, right?
How'd you manage that anyway?
I started tracking my spending, changed a couple of habits.
Wow, I'm kind of living paycheck to paycheck right now. I don't even know how I'm doing it.
Well, have you tried saving a little?
I want to, but where's that money gonna come from? Bill collectors, they're the worst. Am I right?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
Not home.
Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
Hello Patriots, my name is Cody Borden. Here's your sports report for this week. The women's rowing team showed no mercy at the Mercyhurst Autumn Classic, their first event of the season. The team had more than the water against them. The rowers faced high winds of 20 miles per hour during the race. Despite this, the Patriots were able to place third overall. Kaylee Hahn was the gold standard at the Navy Blue and Gold. The women's tennis freshman went a perfect 4-0 to win her second singles flight of the season. The team will now take a winter break, but don't worry, they will be back and better than ever in February for the spring. On Senior Day, women's soccer forward Erin Mitchell saved the day with her game-winning goal against VCU. This victory marks their fifth win in a row at home. Coach Todd Bramble commented on the team's home field success, saying it makes a difference in the standings. This Thursday, the team looks to extend their home win streak to 6 against Massachusetts. Women's volleyball fell short against George Washington despite impressive efforts from Bailey Williams and Jordan Glass. After going up 2-1, the Patriots were unable to finish the Colonials off. GW was victorious in the final 2 sets and the match itself. The Patriots have this Saturday off to prepare for their October 13th match against Davidson. The men's soccer team shot and shot, but every shot they got was stopped by St. Joseph's in Saturday night's 2-0 loss. The team recorded 9 shots on goal but couldn't tickle the twine. The Hawks were able to score once in each half, securing the win for themselves. After the game, Mason head coach Greg Andrulis said, "The overall effort was there. We are looking forward to a key matchup against SLU next Saturday." That will do it for this week's Sports Report. Reporting for Mason Cable News, I'm Cody Borden.
Fancy pants peanut butter? A big screen television? You haven't even bought a sofa yet. A motorcycle? When your father finds out, he's gonna flip his shoes with 2 buckles. What do you even need 2 buckles for? Mr. Big Shot, buying whiskey shots for everybody in the bar. From the looks of it, I'd say nobody even remembers. Feed the pig.
Patriotism. It inspires passionate debate, and it's worn like a badge of honor with good reason. Because it means love and devotion for one's country. But what really makes up this country of ours? It's the people. To love America is to love all Americans. This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, sexuality, disability, race, religion, and other labels. Because love has no labels.
On Sunday, Vice President Mike Pence walked out of the Colts and 49ers football game after some players knelt during the national anthem. He tweeted, quote, "I left today's Colts game because POTUS and I will not dignify any event that disrespects our soldiers, our flag, or our national anthem," end quote. President Trump tweeted afterwards that he asked Pence to leave the stadium if any players kneeled. The NFL's Game of Operations manual states that players must stand for attention, hold helmets in their left hand, and refrain from talking. Failure to do so may result in disciplinary action from the league office. The NFL quietly changed the section to now say result in discipline such as fines, suspensions, and/or the forfeiture of draft choices for violation of the above, including first offenses. Some say this is a violation of rights, while others feel that kneeling is disrespectful. What is the appropriate way to respond to players kneeling?
I really don't see them hurting anybody when they kneel, and I feel like Mike Pence's actions are really distracting from the real issues that are going down, such as the Las Vegas shooting and the relief efforts in Puerto Rico.
Definitely, I totally agree, Cody, and I think there are a lot of ways to respond. I don't know if leaving the game is the best way, but ultimately, it's up to everyone to decide how they're going to respond to their team.
Yeah, I think it can definitely get messy because people have strong opinions about like their favorite football teams, but they also have strong opinions politically. So when it mixes just a lot of people that have strong opinions.
You don't argue about sports and you don't argue about politics.
And it brings the two of them together and everyone's just clashing. It definitely makes it much more difficult to find the right answer that'll satisfy everybody.
Totally.
Patriots, thank you for tuning in. Be sure to tune back in each week on Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. for more news on and off campus.
Also, be sure to follow us on Instagram at MCN on TV, on Twitter and Facebook at Mason Cable News, and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Mason Cable Network. I'm Alexis Whitted.
I'm Cody Borden.
And I'm Keirsten Robinson. Have a great rest of your week.